Hey there, car lovers, welcome back to Regal Rides. Today we're about to uncover the incredible forgotten story of the 1957 Ford Fairlane, one of the boldest, most surprising cars of America's golden automotive age. Some of these secrets might just change the way you look at this classic forever. Buckle up, because this is a ride filled with drama, innovation, and quiet revolution. A turning point in history. The highways were filling, suburbs were booming. Rock and roll was blasting from radios, and Detroit's big three automakers were locked in a fierce battle. Chevrolet, with its beloved Bel Air, ruled the market year after year. Ford, always in second place, until something remarkable happened. That year, the Ford Fairlane changed everything. It wasn't meant to be a flash-in-the-pan celebrity like Cadillac's Eldorado or Chrysler's 300C. The Fairlane was built for everyone, and that's exactly why it became a quiet legend. For the first time since 1935, Ford outsold Chevrolet, and at the heart of this seismic shift was the humble, handsome Fairlane. A car that would win not through glitter or gimmicks, but by giving Americans what they really wanted: style, variety, innovation, and most importantly, choice. And it offered a lot of it. Number 1. The year Ford outsold Chevrolet. Thanks to the Fairlane, for over 2 decades, Chevrolet reigned supreme in the sales race. But in 1957, the unthinkable happened. Ford pulled ahead, and the Fairlane was the weapon that tipped the balance. Why? Because the Fairlane wasn't just one car. It was 12 cars in one nameplate: sedans, hardtops, convertibles, wagons, even a ranch-inspired pickup called the Ranchero. No matter who you were, a housewife, a traveling salesman, a speed-hungry teen, there was a Fairlane tailored just for you. With prices starting low enough for the average family, yet options rich enough to tempt the ambitious, Ford offered what Chevrolet didn't: flexibility without compromise. Under the hood, choices ranged from a modest inline-six to a booming 312 horsepower V8. It was as if Ford whispered to every American driver, "Whatever you need, I've got the perfect Fairlane for you." And it worked. Ford sold a jaw-dropping 1.67 million cars in 1957, knocking Chevrolet off the throne for the first time in 22 years. Number 2. The Skyliner, a roof like no other. But the Fairlane wasn't just about quantity, it was about daring design. Enter the Skyliner retractable hardtop, a mechanical masterpiece that left the world staring in wonder. Before 1957, convertibles meant soft tops, noisy, leaky, flimsy. But Ford's engineers dreamed bigger. They built the world's first production car with a fully automatic retractable steel roof at the push of a single button, 10 electric motors, 7 relays, 4 limit switches, over 600 perfectly synchronized parts. The roof folded itself into the trunk, silently, smoothly, like magic. It took less than a minute to transform this car from a sleek coupe into an open-air cruiser. Yes, the system was heavy. Yes, it sacrificed trunk space. But this wasn't about practicality. It was a statement. Ford could do things no one else dared. Even today, the Skyliner remains an unforgettable oddity, a testament to Detroit's brief but brave love affair with futuristic engineering. Number 3. Tail fins. That whispered, not screamed. 1957 was the year of the fin. Cadillac, Chrysler, even Chevrolet, they all sported sky-high tail fins like the wings of rocket ships. The Fairlane, while the towering fins of the era now look cartoonish or overdone, the Fairlane's design remains timeless, elegant, understated. A car that aged like fine wine, not like a 1950s fashion fad. Number 4. A secret glimpse into the future. Dual headlights. Here's a detail even many Fairlane fans miss. In 1957, dual headlights were optional, but only in certain states. Laws on twin headlamps were changing across America, and Ford used the Fairlane to quietly test the waters. Some cars had the old single lamps. Some proudly sported 2 on each side, giving the front end a wider, more modern face. It wasn't until 1958 that dual headlights became standard. But in '57, the Fairlane was already hinting at the future, one that the entire industry would soon follow. Number 5. A family car with 312 horsepower thunder. Don't let the word family car fool you. Beneath the Fairlane's polished exterior lay serious muscle. Buyers could pick from 7 engines, but at the top of the list roared the famous 312 cubic inch Thunderbird Special V8, good for a thunderous 312 horsepower. This was no sleepy grocery getter. Equipped with a 4-barrel carburetor and a higher compression ratio, this engine gave the Fairlane the guts to leave other cars gasping in its wake. Paired with a 3-speed manual or 4-matic transmission, the Fairlane could cruise sedately or launch like a rocket when the light turned green. It was the car that let Dad drop the kids at school and then burn rubber on the way home. Number 6. The cockpit that felt like an airplane. Step inside a 57 Fairlane and you'll notice something different. The dashboard doesn't sit flat and boring. Instead, it wraps gently around the driver, cockpit style, like the control panel of a jet. The switches, styled like airplane toggles. The gauges, canted toward the piloter, driver. And there, front and center, sat the unforgettable Volcano steering wheel. Its inverted cone hub gave it a 3D space-age feel and cleverly cushioned the chest in case of a collision. Safety and style, years ahead of its time. Chrome accents, a column-mounted shifter, and optional radios with blinking signal lights completed the picture. Sitting in a Fairlane felt like you were behind the wheel of tomorrow's car. Number 7. The Ranchero, America's first sedan pickup hybrid. One of the Fairlane's most revolutionary spin-offs wasn't a car at all. It was a truck. The 1957 Ford Ranchero became the first ever pickup built on a sedan platform, specifically the Fairlane wagon. Until then, pickups were noisy, rough-riding, bare-boned beasts. But the Ranchero changed that forever. It drove like a car, looked like a car, yet could haul like a truck. Suddenly, you didn't have to choose between comfort and utility. You could carry lumber and groceries, firewood and fishing poles, business supplies and babies. The idea caught on fast, so fast that Chevrolet scrambled to answer with the El Camino 2 years later. But Ford and the Fairlane did it first. Number 8. A dashboard that warned you of the future. Here's a tiny feature with a huge vision. In 1957, Ford offered a radio with signal-seeking warning lights. Drivers could preset certain AM stations, and when the Fairlane entered an area where that signal was strong, a light blinked on the dash, prompting the driver to switch stations. It seems simple today, but in the 1950s this was high-tech wizardry. It saved time, boosted safety, and proved that Ford was already dreaming of cars that helped drivers, not just carried them. In a strange way, this humble blinking light was the ancestor of today's infotainment systems, where cars guide us, inform us, and connect us to the world outside. Number 9. A car for every American driveway. Part of the Fairlane's magic was its sheer range of choices. Unlike luxury giants like Cadillac or cheap compacts like Nash, the Fairlane could be anything you wanted. Affordable custom, practical custom, 300, stylish Fairlane 500, convertible, wagon, Ranchero, sedan, hardtop, one chassis, endless possibilities. Neighbors could own the same car, but yours could look, feel, and drive completely differently. Paint schemes, upholstery, engines, accessories. The Fairlane let you express yourself without breaking the bank. That flexibility created a rare bond. Americans didn't just drive the Fairlane, they shaped it, made it their own. It was a car that belonged to everyone. Number 10. The king of two-tone dreams. Finally, the Fairlane's most unforgettable touch, its two-tone paint schemes. If you wanted to make a statement in 1957, this was how Ford offered bold color combinations, white and red, black and yellow, blue and cream, highlighted by the sweeping chrome spear down the sides. It made the Fairlane look longer, lower, more luxurious. It wasn't just pretty, it was clever design. It gave buyers a taste of personal luxury without Cadillac prices, and it forced competitors to scramble to catch up, in a driveway, at a stoplight, on Main Street. A two-tone Fairlane turned heads like no other. Looking back today, it's easy to overlook the 57 Fairlane. It didn't have Cadillac's fins or Chevrolet's glamour, it wasn't loud, it wasn't brash, but it changed the game in quiet, brilliant ways. A retractable hardtop that still stuns engineers. A sedan-based pickup that launched a new vehicle class. Dual headlights before they were fashionable. Radios that predicted the smart dashboards of the future. Endless variety at a fair price. And for one shining moment, it let Ford leap past Chevrolet after 22 long years. That's not just history, that's automotive courage. What about you? Have you ever seen or owned a 1957 Ford Fairlane? Maybe your family had one sitting in the garage. Maybe you cruised Main Street behind its volcanic steering wheel. Tell us your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because here at Regal Rides, the legends of classic cars are never forgotten. Stay tuned. The next story might just surprise you.